$12 million. That's what I cost them. They fired me before Christmas, said my work was replaceable. Then their billion-dollar engine went dark because they forgot one clause, and the clock on it was already running. And I think I didn't raise my voice. I just filed the document.
If you think you already know where this is going, you don't.
$12 million. That's what my CEO paid me on Christmas Day to keep me from destroying his company. 72 hours earlier, he had fired me on a Zoom call and wished me Merry Christmas while holding up a corporate gift basket. Now he was calling 14 times in a row, begging me to answer. I was sitting on my couch in Denver, eating sugar cookies with my 14-year-old daughter, watching his name flash across my phone screen. Richard Marlowe, CEO, Manhattan penthouse, Stanford MBA, family worth hundreds of millions. And suddenly, he needed me. Because somewhere in his panic, someone finally checked the patent database. And they saw what I already knew. The $480 million algorithm Apex was about to demo to the biggest hedge fund in the country, the engine behind every contract and pitch deck that made Apex worth $1.2 billion, wasn't theirs. I owned it, not the company, me. My name is Sarah Chen, 46 years old, single mom, PhD in applied mathematics. And 3 days ago, I was just another engineer they thought they could erase. This is the story of how I took it all back. Let me tell you what happened in those 72 hours. 11 years ago, Apex Quantum was 8 people in a WeWork in Denver. Ex-academics and finance guys trying to build risk assessment software. I joined as employee number 4. I'd been a tenured professor, but my husband had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. We needed better insurance, flexible hours. So I took the job. Nights and weekends at first, full-time after he passed. I built the predictive risk algorithm from scratch, the system that analyzes market volatility and tells hedge funds when to buy, sell, or hold. By year 3, we had funding. By year 5, billion-dollar clients. By year 7, Richard arrived. 38, Stanford MBA, family money, VC connections. The board made him CEO. I kept coding, raising Mia alone, missing concerts and birthdays, because Apex always had emergencies. I made $185,000 a year. Engineers with my skill set were making $350 at competitors. But I stayed loyal. That was my first mistake. December 19th, 4:45 p.m. A Zoom call. Richard in a tailored suit. Me in a sweater with dog hair. "Sarah," he said, "your work has been valuable, but it's static. We need branding now, not roots." "I built the system every client uses," I said. HR cut in. "Your severance is 3 months. 3 months for 11 years. Richard lifted a gift basket. "Merry Christmas. These go to all departing staff." The call ended. I stared at the blank screen. From the kitchen, Mia called, "Mom, are you coming? The dough is ready." I walked out. "Yeah, sweetie, I'm coming." She looked at my face. "You have to work, don't you?" "No, not this time." But she didn't believe me. I didn't sleep that night. The DocuSign came at 11 p.m. Involuntary separation without cause. Immediate loss of system access on December 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern. That phrase triggered a memory. 11 years ago. My IP attorney, Marcus, telling me, "File the provisional patent under your name. If they ever fire you without cause, the rights revert automatically." Insurance. I ran to the basement, found the old folder. Apex Seed Docs, 2013. Inside was the provisional filing. Patent application 62/847/293. Predictive risk algorithm. Inventor, Sarah Chen. Buried on page 14, upon involuntary termination without cause, all IP rights revert to the inventor within 24 hours. I called Marcus. 11:30 p.m. "Marcus, the reversion clause. Is it still valid? You were terminated?" "Yesterday." "Then yes, you own the algorithm again." I hung up. I had until 5 p.m. tomorrow to file the reversion. But tomorrow was Mia's winter concert, the one I'd promised not to miss. December 20th. Morning. We were making sugar cookies, the recipe her dad used to make. Mia was smiling for the first time in months. My phone buzzed. Apex Legal. Final system access terminates 12/24. Complete knowledge transfer by 12/23. Another email. Apex closing a $480 million partnership with Titan Ridge Capital on 12/26. Predictive risk demo at 10 a.m. They were planning to demo my algorithm, the one I now legally owned. If I filed the reversion, the patent would vanish from Apex's portfolio before the demo. The deal would collapse. But the USPTO deadline was the same time as Mia's concert. I looked at her, flower on her nose, holding a snowman cookie cutter. Mom, you're still coming tomorrow, right? Of course. But doubt was in her eyes. I wasn't going to choose. I was going to do both. December 21st, 5 a.m., Christmas Eve. The USPTO filing was simple. Marcus had prepped everything. 3 documents, 1 signature. By 2 p.m. it was ready. I submitted. Confirmation, USPTO case 2024-IP-847293. Reversion scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern. I closed my laptop, got dressed for Mia's concert, 4:30 Mountain Time. I sat in the 3rd row. When the orchestra came out, Mia scanned the audience. When she saw me, her face changed, like she'd been holding her breath for 4 years. Silent Night, her solo. She stood, looked at me, and played. Clear, strong, perfect. After the concert, she ran to me. You came. I promised. You always promise, Mom. I know. But this time I meant it. We went home, hot chocolate, Christmas movies. My phone stayed on silent. I didn't check it once. 5:03 p.m. Eastern. A junior associate at Apex ran a routine USPTO search. He froze. Predictive risk algorithm. Owner, Sarah Chen. He emailed, legal, urgent, IP ownership issue. General counsel checked the files, found the reversion clause, heard the termination date. She called Richard, 8:15 p.m. He answered from a Manhattan gala. What? Richard. Sarah owns the algorithm. It reverted today. He laughed. That's impossible. No, Richard, we never finalized the IP transfer. Silence. The Titan Ridge demo is in 36 hours. If we use it without a license, it's willful infringement. She hung up. Richard called me, again and again. I didn't answer. The voicemails came later. Sarah, this is a misunderstanding. Call me back. Think about Mia. 20 minutes later. This isn't a game. The Titan Ridge deal is worth $480 million. Call me back. Midnight. Sarah, pick up. I was watching Home Alone with Mia, eating cookies. I saw his name flash 14 times. I silenced my phone. Christmas morning, 9 a.m. Richard called an emergency board meeting. Virtual. He tried to downplay it. Minor legal issue. We're resolving it. Patricia, one of the founders, cut him off. Minor? Sarah built that algorithm. If she owns it, Titan Ridge walks. The IPO dies. A VC partner asked, why wasn't the IP transfer finalized? Richard had no answer. Someone asked, where is Sarah? She's not answering. Did anyone attempt negotiation before firing her? Silence filled the call. The Titan Ridge executive spoke, cold, precise. We won't move forward on a $480 million partnership with uncertain ownership. Our due diligence team requires a clean chain of title. The deal is on hold until you prove you own what you're selling. He left the call. Richard was unraveling. 10:30 a.m. My phone rang. Marcus. Sarah, they're scrambling. What do you want? I looked at Mia, still in pajamas, eating cinnamon rolls. Full licensing, $12 million upfront, 8% royalties, board seat with voting rights. And Richard steps down. They'll never agree. Then they can build a new algorithm. Should only take 11 years and a PhD. At 12:47, Marcus called back. They accepted. All of it. Richard resigned. Effective immediately. Board forced him out. Patricia is interim CEO. January 22nd. home office, remote. But now, I'm on the board. Titan Ridge deal closed, algorithm licensed exclusively under my terms. During the first board meeting, Patricia presented a new organizational chart. We're hiring a new CTO, Daniel Hoffman, strong resume. I reviewed it, Stanford MBA, 5 years experience, never built a trading algorithm. I spoke for the first time as a board member. I vote no. Silence. Patricia, Sarah, explain? My first vote is to value expertise, not pedigree. A CTO should know how to build the system, not supervise people who do. A VC nodded. She's right. The motion failed, and I realized I wasn't just back, I was in control. Now I work 9 to 5, no weekends, no emergencies unless I define them. I'm home for dinner. One evening, Mia walked in. Mom, help me with calculus? Of course. We sat together working through derivatives. You seem happier, she said. I am. Because of the money? No, because I stopped letting people convince me I was replaceable. You were never replaceable, Mom. I know that now. Richard's gone. Some VC firm in San Francisco, probably saying he left to pursue new opportunities. The algorithm is worth more than ever. Titan Ridge signed a 5-year contract. 2 more hedge funds are in talks. I own 8% of every dollar it generates. But the real victory wasn't the money. It was teaching my daughter that knowing your worth isn't arrogance. It's survival. Companies will take everything you give and call it optimization when they discard you. They'll rebrand your work as their innovation. They'll erase your name from systems you built, but they can't take what you never gave them. And I never gave them the patent. If someone fires you and hands you a corporate gift basket like it's a consolation prize, don't get angry. Get strategic. They tried to give me a Christmas basket on my way out. I sent them an invoice for $12 million. Revenge doesn't burn bridges, it licenses them.